Welcome to the Safe Money Retirement Show with your host, Tim Wood. Tim is a retirement and income specialist, certified financial fiduciary, and the founder of SafeMoneyRetirement.com. Tim primarily serves Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, and Southwest Virginia, but he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Wood is a licensed life insurance professional in multiple states and specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies using life, health, long-term care, and annuity insurance products. And now, here to talk with you about securing your retirement, your host, Tim Wood.
Welcome to the Safe Money Retirement Show. I'm Tim Wood, an asset and retirement protection and guaranteed income specialist. Are all of the beneficiaries of all of your different type of retirement plans and CDs and bank accounts and money markets and everything, are they all created equal? What do I mean by that? Well, that's what we're going to discuss. First, if you don't already have a copy of my book, Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success, I strongly recommend you get one. It's going to explain why it's so important to make sure your beneficiary forms are up to date, and we're going to discuss that. It's also going to explain why I do what I do, how I do what I do, and we will send you a copy absolutely free. I promise, no obligation whatsoever. It's our way of helping you understand what's best for your retirement. You can get your free copy right on our website, SafeMoneyRetirement.com, or by just giving us a call 24/7 at 833-413-SAFE. That's 833-413-7233. Now, are all beneficiaries created equally? The answer is no, and here's why. Because every beneficiary that's on your list, each one of them has different needs. They've got different ages. They've got different desires. They've got different asset levels. They've got different responsibilities in life. Everything about each one of your beneficiaries is different. So what you've got to do is you've got to determine what's going to be the best way to leave all of your assets when you're gone to your beneficiaries. For example, if you've got a lot of pre-tax money, say in 401s or IRAs or any of those type of pre-tax vehicles, and you want to leave some to your church, to the American Heart Association, to any kind of charity, that money is perfect to be left to them because they won't have to pay taxes on it. People all the time ask me, how can I get around having to pay tax on all of this pre-tax money I've got? You just heard me say it, and that's pretty much the only legal one that I am aware of, is leaving qualified money, qualified pre-tax money, like what we're talking about in a pre-tax account. You leave that to a charity, they don't have to pay taxes on it. Now, let's turn that around, and let's say you leave $100,000 to a family member. If it's pre-tax, they've got to pay taxes on it. And with the new laws, they've got to have paid taxes on it within 10 years. So at $100,000, that's not really that big of a deal. But what if you've got more? What if you've got a couple of million and you're leaving it to someone? If it's all pre-tax, well, they've got 10 years to take it out. That means they need to take out at least $200,000 a year, which, yeah, that's great. That's a windfall. I mean, there's nothing negative about that. But the negative is now you just kicked their effective tax rate up probably several brackets. People don't think about that. They just think about, oh, well, I'm leaving this money to my grandkids or my son or whatever. You've also got to think about the tax consequences of when they get that. Anything they get that's in a Roth account, completely tax-free. Anything they get that's in a non-qualified or not a qualified retirement plan, they are going to have to pay taxes on any gains that you've had within 10 years. And anything that's in a qualified plan, they're going to have to pay taxes on within 10 years. So again, how are all beneficiaries not created equal? You need to determine, who do you want to have to pay taxes? Do you want to go ahead and take care of that now? Well, that's something that I work with clients on a daily basis, is looking at doing Roth conversions, and especially now in 2024, before we have any potential tax rate increases at the end of 2025. Basically, the end of December 21st, 2025, the current tax codes ends, and we don't know what the tax codes are going to be come January 1st, 2026. It depends on what happens in Washington later this year. So a lot of people are looking at doing Roth conversions now while we know what the tax codes are. But again, getting this back to beneficiaries, anything that you can get converted over to a Roth, well, that is basically completely tax-free money. Also, any life insurance that you pass is completely tax-free. So again, we need to look at your beneficiaries and what is it that you are wanting to leave them? What's the purpose? Let's sit down and determine what are their ages? Where are they? Where are they financially? What would happen if something happened to you and they had to pay all these taxes? What would happen? All of these different situations, but it's something for you to think about. They're not all created equally. It depends on where they are, what their station is in life, as to how receiving a lump sum or a retirement account or whatever, how that's going to affect them based on where they are. And we can sit down and figure out and plot out. I've actually had clients that said, okay, well, this kid is really smart financially. If they've got 2 kids, this kid's really smart financially, so we can give them this account and they can do this and do this. But this other kid can't put $10 in the bank. We need to make sure we do, with them something totally separate. So thinking about those things and making sure those are set up now while you can set them up, so if something happens or when you do pass, your beneficiaries are taken care of in the way that you would want them to be taken care of. So the answer to the question, are all beneficiaries created equal? They absolutely are not. We need to look again at where they are in life. What's their age? What kind of needs do they have? What kind of responsibilities do they have? How responsible are they as well? And make sure that we have got everything set up for you and for your beneficiaries as wisely as possible. Again, so when you're gone, your beneficiaries can benefit from that the absolute most that they can. This is one of the things that one of the kind of off-the-wall things that I work with my clients on, but it's really important stuff. I mean, think about it. When you leave, if you're leaving a huge amount, if you leave it to one, 20, 30, 40-year-old grandkid, if it's a huge amount, now that just kicked up their tax rate for the next 10 years. And who knows what that's going to kick it up to with the new tax codes coming in. So again, it's all something to consider, and it's something that we can talk about when we chat. And we are looking at specific plans for you and your family to make sure that we have got your beneficiaries in the best position they can be. Well, I'm about out of time, and I would like to thank you for listening to the Safe Money Retirement Show. If you're serious about your financial future, give me a call, and together we'll get your retirement savings on the fast track to accumulate while reducing exposure to market loss. Thanks for listening, and until next time at the same time, I'm Tim Wood reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
You've been listening to the Safe Money Retirement Show with your host, Tim Wood. Find out how to contractually guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe from market losses and that you have an income you can't outlive so you can have the retirement that you deserve. Call Tim Wood now for your complimentary Safe Money Retirement Book and Information Kit at 833-413-SAFE. That's 833-413-7233. Or request your copy of Tim's book online at safemoneyretirement.com. The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.